Hello and welcome to this whole body joint mobility flow practice. Today we're going to be moving through the major joint systems of your body, taking them to their end ranges and attempting to build more strength and control in the movements of those joints. It's going to be fun and challenging. You're probably going to need some weights, a block, and a strap. But let's just get at her and give it a try. Enjoy. So as I said, for the practice today, it'd be great if you had two small weights. These are our 2-pound weights here. And if you don't have a couple of weights, you could always use a couple of soup cans of some sort. Those would work just fine. Similarly, it'd be useful if you had a yoga block or similar. Don't have a yoga block? A box of lasagna would work. Would work just fine, but just don't sit on it. And lastly, it'd be useful if you had some kind of strap. This is a yoga strap, but if you had a towel or a belt, that too would work just fine. So make sure you've got your equipment before we get started. And we'll start in a seated position is where we'll start today. So nestle in, get nice and cozy. Exhale. And then take a nice big long inhale. A long exhale, sigh. Maybe let your eyes cast downwards or close and do that one more time. A nice big inhale. And a long exhale, just sigh. And then from this place, you're trying to draw your attention, your awareness more inwards. So sensing the movement of your breath, sensing the sensations of your body, and trying to sink your awareness more and more into your body and into your breath. Bring ourselves to a sense of presence. And this presence serves us well no matter what activity we're about to undertake, trying to be more fully here in this moment. And lastly, connect also with your intention. Why are you practicing this practice today? What has brought you here? What is it that you're looking for or needing? And allow yourself to really focus on that as we go through the practice today. With all that settled in, let's just mark the start with the sound of the chimes, as I like to do. Nice big inhale. And a long exhale to sigh. Boom. And welcome once again to this curious yoga / mobility practice. Great to have you here. Inhaling, open up your eyes, take some kind of stretch, one side, the other side. And then, right away, come to a standing position, roughly in the middle of your mat. As you come to standing, just move around side to side, tap your shoulder, tap your kidney, move around a bit, just building a bit of softness through the whole body. Give it a bit of a shiggle, a bit of a shake, rooting into your feet, being a little bit goofy because nobody's watching. Why not? And then we'll stabilize ourselves. So for our vestibular practices, you're going to bring your right foot in front of your left foot, second toe touching the heel. So balance, you'll notice this is a little bit wobbly right away. Balance is about your inner ear, that's your vestibular system, your proprioception, your awareness of where your body is in space, and also the ocular system, your vision. So all of those things contribute to your sense of balance. So let's challenge them, shall we? And notice where there's kind of issues. So firstly, for the vision, let's bring your two first fingers to touch, pointing back towards you. Look at your fingernails, and then stay looking at your fingernails. Bring those fingernails all the way to the tip of your nose, crossing your eyes. Be okay with the wobble, and then press them back out again. Notice where and when the wobbling happens. Bring it back in. Whoa, challenging. And then back out. And one more time. It's just an indication that the vision connections in the brain maybe need a bit of work. Take your hands out nice and wide. Again, those fingers pointed. This time, close your eyes. I seriously mean that. Close your eyes, keep them closed, and slowly try to bring your fingertips to touch way out front. So the two fingertips touch without you looking. And then open your eyes, see where they landed. Take them out wide again. Again, close your eyes. Let's try that one more time. Bring the hands forwards. This is proprioception, your awareness of where your body is in space. Look again, and then slowly release that back down. So trying to build these new neurological connections in the old brain. Still, right foot's in front of the left foot. Let's play with your vestibular system. Hands up overhead, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers, side bend to the right. So we're tipping the ear, inner ear in its major motions here. Come back up. Tip over to the left, hip slide to the right a little bit. Notice the wobbles, that's okay, it's normal. And come up, back bend, so we're letting the head drop back a little bit. Look at the ceiling. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fingertip to the ground-ish. Trying to keep the legs straight and heads headed down. Inhale, come all the way up. Notice the wobbles, don't get frustrated. Interlace those fingers and press them palms face up this time. And rotate to the right. So keep the spine tall. Inhale to center and rotate to the left. Beautiful. That's the major motions of the inner ear. Inhale to center and exhale. Bring your hands down. Go side to side. We could do that again with the left foot forwards, but I think you get the basic idea. Trying to wake up all of those systems that contribute to balance. Take a big inhale, hands up. And exhale, dive all the way forwards. Come down onto your hands and knees to a tabletop position. And right away, step your right foot forwards so that your right foot is more or less underneath your knee and your shoulder. And here, you could take a block if you had one and place it underneath your left hand. Put your right hand up on your knee. And just go forwards and backwards a few times, warming up the front of the left hip and the back of the right leg. This kind of motion here, back and forwards, warming things up on the back of the leg and the front of the hip. And now to strengthen that, left hand on the block, right hand on the knee. Drive your knee as far beyond your toes as you can. Notice I'm bringing my left knee a bit more forwards, while keeping your foot flat on the ground. So foot's flat, driving the knee forwards, left hip kind of forwards as well. And then from this place, lots of load, lots of pressure with that right hand. Drive your ankle forwards, 1, 2, trying to keep the weight in the big toe mound, and 3, drive the big toe mound down, ankle forwards. You could even kind of nudge it forwards if you can. Lots of pressure there for 3, 2, and 1. Put the heel down. Tuck your left toes at the back. Engage your left bum cheek muscles and lift that leg up so it's straight. 1, pulsing. 2, engage that glute muscle. And then 3, straight as you can without lifting the hip too high for 3, 2, and 1. Put the knee down. And then from here, that left heel, bring it towards your bum. 1, 2, and then 3. Linger here. You're trying to bring the heel to bum and pull the left knee slightly forwards. Probably getting a cramp in your thigh here a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, straighten your front leg. Feels good. And then step forwards and step back, and we'll switch sides here. So take the block over to the right hand side, left hand on the left knee. Go backwards and forwards a few times, maybe a little bit awkward, but just feeling a bit of lengthening of the back of the left leg, stretching the front of the right leg, forwards and back a few times. And then hang out here. So right hand on the block, left hand on the knee, knee beyond the toes as far as you can go, foot nice and flat. Lots of pressure in the hand, and then start to drive that ankle forwards. 1, 2, and then 3, big toe mound down, ankle forwards, lots of pressure, 3, 2, and 1. Heel down, back toes tucked here, engage the right bum cheek, and then lift the knee up, 1, pulsing, trying to get to straight, 2, with lots of engagement, and then 3, even that right hip is trying to come slightly forwards for 3, 2, and 1. Knee down, so-called couch stretch, bum to heel, 1, 2, and 3, and drive heel to bum. Try to pull that right knee slightly forwards till you get a cramp. Ouch. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, straighten your front leg. Step forwards, and again, step back. And get rid of the block. And here, we'll take your, I'm just move stuff out the way, take your right foot way out to the side in sort of a tabletop position. You're pressing your foot down and trying to pull it towards you. So there's a nice activation in the inner right leg. Keep that activation this whole time. Inhale your right hand to the ceiling. Exhale, swoop that right hand underneath your left armpit. Reach as far through as you can, and nice and strong pull on that right foot. 2 more times like that. Inhale up. Exhale through, tugging. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale through, tugging. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale, hand down. Bring your knee back in. Do the other side. So take your left foot out to the side. I'm trying to pull it towards you. Balance on your right hand. Keep that activation in the left leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm through. 2 more like that. Inhale up. Left leg still active. Exhale through. And again, inhale up. And exhale through. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale, hand down, knee comes back in. Again, take the right foot out to the side. And this time, feeling that activation in the inner right leg. So this is adduction, or abduction, I should say. Roll back on the heel, toes lift, and try to pull the heel towards you. So go forwards, let the big toe touch down, go back, isometrically pull the heel towards you. Again, go forwards, go back, and tug, firing up that inner leg line nice and strong. Fire up the outside of the hip as well for 3, 2, and 1. And then let's switch sides. Bring the right foot in, left leg out. Feel that inner leg line engage. Roll back on the heel, tug the heel towards you. Come forwards onto the big toe mound. Go back, tug. And last one, come forwards and go back and linger, getting a good sense of engagement in the inner leg, toes back towards you for 3, 2, and 1. Again, switch sides, working on abduction here. This time, come onto the big toe edge of your foot, so your baby toe is lifted, and feel that right hip nicely engaged. From the hip, lift your leg up. 1, 2, 3. Keep it lifted there for 3, 2, 1. Draw some little circles. 1, 2, 3. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3. And then lift that leg even higher for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in and take the other leg out. So we're on the big toe edge of the left foot, left baby toe in the air, left hip nicely engaged, pulsing from the ground. 1, 2, 3. Keep it there. 3, 2, 1. Draw little circles. 1, 2, 3. Again, the other way. 1, 2, 3. And then find your end range. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bring the knee in. Go back a little bit and then step your right foot all the way off the mat to the upper right. Take your left hand off the mat to the upper left. Bring your right hand onto your knee and then draw some circles here. Going a few times one way and then a few times the other way. So this practice, I think, will be somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. I'll be deciding as I go how much I can take. No, it'll be good. So just mobilizing the hip now into external rotation. First thing we want to do is to press on your inner right knee so that you come to the baby toe edge of your foot. So the big toe is lifted now. And when you found your end range, as far as you can go with hand pressure, also meet that hand pressure with the knee. The knee is trying to escape, the hand's going to win though. So 2 opposing forces for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that engagement. Take that right hand to the ceiling and try to drive your right knee even more open. Try to recruit more muscularity to open that right hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then switch sides. Left foot off the mat, right hand off the mat, left hand on the knee, draw some circles. A few times one way, a few times the other way. Trying to mobilize that poor old left hip. Press on the inner left knee, come onto your baby toe edge of your foot, go to your end range, and then wherever that is, meet that with some resistance. So try to press your knee into your hands as well. Nice and strong for 5, 4, use the muscles, 3, 2, 1. Keep that hip active. Left hand to the ceiling, look up, stretch up, drive that knee more open if you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Boom. Bring it down, bring your knees together and feet together, sit back. Bring your hands up to your heart. Let's work on your poor old toes here and your head of your ankles. Come up on your knees, tuck your toes under at the back, and then sit back and lean back, squeezing the heels in. Come up, flatten out your feet, squeeze your heels, sit down, and then lean back. Maybe your knees hover off the ground as if you were trying to pull your feet from underneath you. Come forwards, tuck your toes, squeeze your heels, lean back. Just a bit of dynamic mobilization here. Inhale, come up, flatten your feet, squeeze your heels, lean back, open the heads of the ankles, and then third one, tuck your toes, keep them nice and wide. Super challenging if you've got bunions, I understand. Try to get those toes nice and wide. Lean back. And now here, the action of the toes, pretend my fingers were my toes. You're trying to press the toes down and pull them out from behind, underneath you. So really activate those toes strongly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come up, flatten out those toes, tops of the toes on the floor. Just sit back a little bit and start to tug the top of the toes down and forwards this time. So going the opposing direction, strengthening the phalanges, the toe joints for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, tuck your toes, put your fingertips on the mat, and then press with your fingertips, lift your bum up, and press your body back towards your thighs. Nice. Do that a couple times. Come forwards, keep your fingers where they are. Drop your knees down, sit down. 2 more. So lift up and then press your body towards your upper thighs. Knees can be nicely bent. 1 more time. Knees down and then up and back. And there, we'll walk your hands towards your feet. Feet stay together. Bend your knees a lot. Grab behind your knees for whatever you can grab. Drop your head down, squeeze your knees together, and pull your body towards your shins
trying to kiss your shins. So engage the gluteal muscles, the muscles on the backs of your legs. Pull and engage for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, pause. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Toes out, heels in. And then sink down as much as you are able. I know it's various positions here for a squat pose. Hands come to the heart. So it could be you're up on your tippy toes, or maybe you're up nice and high. Whatever, it's all good. Find your version of the squat. Press your elbows into your knees into your elbows, and then on an inhale, slowly stand up. All the way up, send your hands to the ceiling, and then slowly sit down. It feels like you're trying to drive your heels forwards, going to your end range. Again, 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Control, control, control. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale all the way down. Hang out there. If you can, wedge your elbows inside your knees. Try to wedge them as far open as you can, and then simultaneously squeeze your knees into your elbows or forearms or upper arms, wherever it is. Squeeze for 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll bring your hands behind you, bring your bum down, legs out front. Give your legs a shiggle, a shake. I did that just for you, Jess. Shiggle and shake those legs. All right. Feet nice and wide as the mat. Hands behind you, lean back, and then sort of lazily take your knees from side to side a few times. Side to side. Yum. Doesn't that feel nice? So you can keep doing that, or we can take it a little bit further. So here, let's come to what's called a 90-90 shape. So we've got a 90-degree angle bend in both legs over to the left. So left knee's down over here, right knee's down. So leaning back initially, right knee goes up as high as it can. Then the left knee follows, right knee down, left knee down. So trying to get them to touch. So wide open with the left knee, right knee follows, down, down. Continue like that, or hands to heart. Right knee up, left knee follows, right knee down, left knee down. Maybe even rotate your body. We're driving that left knee in. Left knee up, right knee follows, left knee down, right knee down, rotate. Again. Up and over and rotate and up and over. And this time, fold over top of that right femur and then come up, rotate, rotate, fold over top of the right femur, boom. Again, up, over, rotate, fold, again, up, over. How's your hips? Rotate, fold. One more each way. Come up, go over, rotate, fold, hang out there. Hands stay lifted if possible, and try to lift your right foot off the ground while you keep the right knee down for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Up, over. Challenging, I know. Come over, fold over top of the right leg, and then maybe lift up that left foot for 3, 2, and 1. Great. Come back up to our lazy flip-flops. And now we're going to try and build a little bit more strength here. So come to 90-90 shape with left leg out front and down. Focusing on the right leg here. Hands could be behind, or you could be at your heart. It's kind of up to you. Keep that right knee down. Lift up the right foot. Lift the right knee. Extend the right leg. Bend it in. Knee down. Foot down. Do that 2 more times. Somebody's outside my place. I don't know who's going on here. So lift the foot. Lift the knee. Extend the leg. Bend the leg. Knee down. Foot down. You could try that. No hands. Foot. Knee. Leg. Bend. Knee. Foot. Great. Let's go to the other side. Boom, boom. Set up that 90-90 again. Focusing on the left leg. Knee stays down. Foot lifts. Knee lifts. Leg extends. Leg bends. Knee down. Foot down. 2 more. Foot. Knee. Leg. Bend. Knee. Foot. And again. Foot. Knee. Leg straight. Leg bends. Knee down. Foot down. Nice. Come all the way back through. Flippy floppy a few times. Work into hip flexion. All these movements of the hips, there's so much going on there. Bear with me, we're nearly done your lower body. So here, legs out front, hands behind you. Point the right toes, lift the right leg off the ground as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep it lifted. Keep your chest proud. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Point your left toes. Lift it up. Nice and strong from the hip. 1, 2, from the hip. 3, 4, 5. Keep it lifted. Engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Both legs. Here we go. You might want to lean back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze and lift. 5, 4. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Take your legs really wide. And here, if you've got a block or some kind of support, place it out front. Tip forwards. Maybe stack your fists and rest your forehead right there. So trying to find a bit of what's called straddle pose, getting into the inner leg line again. And here we'll take just a few moments to let the body yield and relax into this shape. Typically in a functional range conditioning practice, there's a lot more passive holds and then these muscular activations. But I'm just offering you something a little bit more entertaining. Hopefully it's functionally similar. So, all right. Let's try and strengthen our joints in this position. Sit up tall again. Turn towards your right leg. Hands either side of the leg. Slightly internally rotate that right hip. And then just 3 times, lift the leg up. 1, 2, 3. Can you even get it off the ground? 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Do the other side. Or try. Just try the other side. Sit up tall. Lift the leg. 1, 2, 3. Keep it there. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Cross your legs. Tip forwards. And take any kind of movement here that might feel nice. So like a downward dog might feel nice. A child's pose might feel nice. A shiggle shake might feel nice. Whatever you need to do you for a few breaths, a few moments. And when you feel like, okay, that's enough, that's when you can come back to a seat facing forwards. If you got a sip of water there, you might want to have a sip of water. Just reflecting on how things have gone so far. Slightly more than halfway through the practice now. Right. Now to attend to your upper body. So we're going to need a block, the weights or the soup cans, and the belt. If you find sitting like this kind of challenging for a long period of time, you could sit differently. Legs could be out front. You could be sitting on a second block if you had a second one, but find a place that you can be comfortable. Grab your block or your lasagna box, whatever it is, and take it down nice and low. Slightly protract their shoulders here, belly in, chest proud, and squeeze the block quite firmly. So we're trying to squish it. And then we're moving from the head of your shoulders. It kind of looks like our elbows are moving towards one another. It's a pulsation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the fifth one, you're squeezing as hard as you can, belly in, chest proud, 5, until you're shaking, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then elevate the block so you're more or less parallel to the ground with it, sort of nice and tall. And again, pulsing the block strongly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze with all your might, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Take the block up, overhead, and slightly retract or retract the scapula. And then from here, again, squeezing as hard as you can 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep your head upright. Drop that block behind your neck slowly 3 times. 1, and up, and 2, and up. Probably feeling some back muscles working. 3. And now here with that block behind you, as far down your back, chest nice and proud, squeeze the block again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And linger. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. I'm going to sit on my block from here, but you don't need to. And grab those weights or those soup cans or whatever you've got in either hand. I got to show you which way this is going. So I'll sit sort of squiffy here. Elbows bent, the weight slightly behind you, shoulders retracted. Try to take the arms to straight 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Keep lifting those up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down, moving into internal and external rotation of the head of the shoulders. Bring your arms into so-called cactus arms. And we're trying to move from the shoulders here. Internally rotate as far as you can, and then externally rotate as far as you can. Moving from the shoulder slowly with control, internally and externally. And last one, we'll go internal and try to go deeper. See if you can recruit more muscles to allow you to go deeper into internal rotation. Maybe nothing, but try. 3, 2, 1, and then go to external rotation. And again, try to find more muscles that will assist you in going further into external rotation. I feel lots of back muscles here. So for that, for 3, 2, 1. Send your arms way out and then internally rotate as far as you can. So your elbows are helping now. And then externally rotate as far as you can. Internally rotate. This is challenging. Externally rotate. It's only 2 pounds, but still, it's not easy. And then internally rotate and hang out there. Find more range. 3, 2, 1. And then externally rotate as far as you can. Hang out there. 3, 2, 1. Nice. All the way up. And then bring them behind your head. Try to put the backs of your hands touching. And elbows slightly forwards. Your head's pressing back, elbows forwards. This is called swimmer's arms. Flare the elbows. Send those weights up, out wide. Your palms are face up. Then internally rotate as far as you can. And bring your backs of your hands to touch nice and high up your back. And then bring your elbows forwards. We'll do this a few times. So elbows go back, out, rotate, up, and then backs hands touch, elbows forwards, elbows back, up, out, in, and back, and elbows forwards. One more, elbows back, out, up, behind the head. And here we'll hang out this time, so head's pressing back, elbows coming forward. You're squeezing your own skull with your forearms for 3, 2, 1, and then go up, out, internally rotate. Bring those hands to the low back, belly in, chest proud. Pulse your elbows forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Keep driving the elbows forwards, keeping your hands on your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Scapular rolls right away. Roll those shoulder blades slowly with control 3 or 4 times one way, and then 3 or 4 times the other way. Good. That feels nice. And then get rid of those weights. Grab the old strap here. And we'll go for what's called circumlocution of the shoulders. The arms are as straight as you can. The strap is nice and tight, as if this was a broomstick. Bring the strap up, and then take as much strap as you need to keep the arms straight and the strap tight. Bring it all the way to your lower back. So up and over, keeping tension in the strap and keeping the arms straight. Go as slowly as you possibly can and keeping the tension at all times. Noticing where there's kind of clicks and clunks. That's where we want to target. So find your clunky spot. I'm going to take a little less strap. Mine is about here on the right shoulder. So I'm going to engage the muscle that's not quite so happy, and then pull with all your might for 5 in opposing directions. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Trying to teach that muscle how to fire up properly. Drop the strap over your right shoulder and then grab it from behind with your left hand. And then floss up and down, either way out to the side or other side or away from your back. Again, trying to locate areas in the back muscles that don't seem quite so happy. And so I got one here today, wherever it is. And again, fire up the muscle that's not behaving. Pull down and up simultaneously. Trying to build some isometric resistance and control there for 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll switch sides. Strap over your left shoulder, right hand behind. And then again, you're doing a little bit of self-inquiry, flossing up and down, noticing where stuff doesn't seem to be working. And then engage the muscle, pull down, pull up simultaneously. Nice and strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then let's get rid of that strap altogether. I'm going to come off of my block here. Focusing on the cervical spine, that's your neck here. Just simply roll your neck in a nice big circle, feeling a stretch migrating around the perimeter of your neck. Nice and slow, controlled movement. A couple times one way and a couple times the other way. Noticing any sense of dizziness. Again, that's a sort of vestibular feedback. might need to work on. And then pause in the middle to build a little bit of strength into just the lateral flexion side. We'll take your right ear towards your right shoulder, send the left hand out, and then use your right hand to hold your head. We're trying to drive our head up. So find some muscular effort there into the neck muscles. Nice and strongly, trying to escape for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then go the other side. Left ear to left shoulder, right hand out. Left hand holds the side of your head and you press up into it. Nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Moving into the thoracic spine, so that's basically the rib cage and a little bit lower as well. Root the left sitting bone down and send the left hand up nice and high. So we're trying to connect kinetically from the hip bone to the hand. Side bend to the right, but send those ribs a little bit more to the left. So creating a side bend through the left side of the torso, and then pulse into that with strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then keep that engagement for 5. The rib cage, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lateral flexion other side. Press down with the left hand, right hip to right hand, kinetically connected, and then pulsing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then for spine twisting, sit up tall, turn to the right, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you, sit up tall. This is your passive range of motion in a twist. And then let's try and develop a bit more range here. Lift the hands away from the ground and the knee and pulse in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay at your end range. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then go all the way to the left. Use your hands initially. Sit up tall, belly in. Find your end range. Then release the hands and pulsing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, lift your chest. Look up. Exhale, round back. Wake up that back. Be intuitive here. Simply waving forwards and lifting and rounding back. And one more time, wave forwards. And then wave all the way back. Nice. Let's move into some concluding kind of restorative shapes from here. Come on to your hands and knees, please. Take your knees nice and wide and sink into child's pose. So knees wide, feet in, hands forwards. And let your head drop down towards the mat. Letting your spine kind of decompress. A little bit of movement might be nice here. Just making the shape feel comfortable in your body. Letting your head relax, letting your breath slow down. And then from there, come up onto your hands and knees, squaring up the shins. Moving into a twist, twisting child it's called. Left hand stays, right hand up, and swoop the right hand underneath the shoulder, shoulder down, cheek down, and send the right hand strongly forwards. Looks like people are chatting. I'll come and see what's being said, but finding twisting child pose. Oh, I'm not Australian, I'm Canadian. So here we're twisting, left hand strongly forwards, shoulder down, just letting the spine decompress. If you need something juicier, that's just an option. You can extend the left leg long up on your toes. You might even lift up the left leg nice and high, but make sure you're poised and finding the rhythm of the breath as you do that. That's just a choice. And then we'll move to the other side. Left hand by your face, press with the left hand, right hand up. Right hand down. Left hand goes up. Left hand swoops through, shoulder down, cheek down. And then the right hand can creep forwards. Twisting child or twisted child. I have 3 twisted children. Yeah, they're all about, they're getting, one's 2 under 30, 1 over 30. Lift the back leg if you want. That's kind of a choice. Letting the spine have a gentle twist here. Breath nice and calm. Nice. And then again, bring the knee in if it's lifted. Bring your right hand by your face, left hand up, left hand down, and then turn around and lie down on your back. Yay! On your back. Flip-flop those knees side to side. And now for what's called the piriformis stretch, the outer hip. We'll drop, so notice your feet are slightly separated. Drop both knees over to the right. Boom. And now notice your left knee is probably hovering off the ground. Use your right foot, the ankle of the right foot, to hold the left knee down. So it's the outside edge of the right foot holds the left knee down. And then send the left hand out to the side, look to the left. Feeling that on the outer left hip. This is useful if you have false sciatic syndrome. The piriformis muscle catches the sciatic nerve, creates an impingement. This helps to kind of create a bit of space there. Also feels nice in the IT band, running along the outside edge of the hip there. Breath nice and slow. And then slowly unwind. Knees are bent. You can flip-flop your knees a few times. And then eventually take both knees over to the left. Notice the right knee's kind of hovering. Take your outer left ankle, hold the knee down. And then the right arm extends, you gaze to the right. Well, stay gazing to the left just so I can see what's going on over there. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath, letting the outer hip soften on every exhale breath. Yum. That feels good on this body here. And then, as much as I'd like to stay here all day, slowly unwind. Send both legs and arms up to the ceiling. Rotate your wrists and ankles nice and slowly. This way and that. Spread your fingers, your toes. Squeeze your fingers and toes. And then simply give it a good old shake, helping to dissipate some of the lymph fluids back to their lymph vessels. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Be goofy. Remember, nobody's watching. And then lie down, feet flop open, hands beside the side of the body, palms flop open. Big inhale. And a long sigh. Close your eyes. Now remain on your back. This is integral to receiving the benefits of the practice, laying on your back. I'll guide you through a simple body scan to help to settle things in here at the conclusion. Begin by relaxing your forehead and your eyes, letting them sink back and in. Allow your cheeks to kind of drape off the sides of your face towards your ears. Separate the teeth in your mouth, and allowing your tongue to drop away from the roof of your mouth. There's a ever so slight tucking of the chin so that the back of the neck is nice and long. And as you're exhaling across the upper back from one shoulder to the other, finding a bit of space there, all the way out to your fingertips,
Hands sort of flopping open and arms very heavy. Return your awareness to the base of the neck, and from there all the way down to your tailbone, heavy, and either side of the body just sort of gently flopping open. No resistance in the ribs or the belly. Similarly, the hips, the pelvis, relaxing out to the sides. And then down, all the heaviness of the legs towards your feet, which are just flopping open. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath right there. Every time you exhale, soften a bit further. And notice how you feel now. Mentally, physically, emotionally, where have you landed? What is the effect of this curious practice on you? That's very much part of yoga and mindfulness practice, is to become more acutely aware of the effects of what it is that you're doing. And lastly, let's extend a little bit of gratitude, first towards yourself. Thank you for showing up, for taking care of myself. And to everybody else here that practiced along with you today, holding space, encouraging you to really go deeper and find yourself. So thank you everyone else out there. Let's take a nice big inhale. And a long sigh. And thank you so much, my friends, for sharing this space, for sharing your time with each other. I hope that was a good practice for you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take good care.